There's so many young men out there who are trying to improve their lives. Now that may be a change in diet, in physical activity, or it may in fact be this new craze, that of NoFap, meaning abstinence from masturbation, except this is completely wrong-headed. Chronic masturbation, sure. Unhealthy. Nobody should be taking pleasures of the palm that frequently. You shouldn't be a thrice daily visitor of Madame Palm and her 5 lovely daughters, because all things should come in moderation. But it distresses me that so many young men are falling for this total abstaining, as though it will completely solve all problems in their lives. Because it won't. Restricting your biological functions, attempting to fashion yourself as asexual, it's just unnatural. Now today we're going to embark upon a journey. We're going to be introduced to a fellow who has decided to change his life.
So I've been out of work for a while now, and when you're in my situation, which is 30 years old, trying to improve your life, pornography, masturbation, they're sins, and it's lust, you know. I want to go back to being innocent. Today is day 4 of NoFap. I got a Blu-ray today, Blade Runner 2049. I saw this twice at the cinema. So this is day 6 of NoFap. I have managed to avoid porn for the most part, but there's a few websites I've been on. Sometimes you will see porn, and sometimes you might entertain the ideas of fapping. I saw a few images on an image board, and I was in the thread a little while, and I didn't fap though, but I was enjoying it for aesthetic reasons, I guess. I've gone a week of NoFap. Saturdays was the one day of the week I would fap. Okay, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Saturdays was the one day of the week that I would most certainly fap. So today is the first Saturday since the last time I fapped, which was last Saturday. So today will be a difficult day.
This is what this fellow and plenty of other young men have forgotten about NoFap, and that's its conception, the idea behind it. It was a way of forcing neets out of the house in order to interact with women, in order to get a girlfriend. The point was to deny these young men the ability to conduct themselves in a solo symphony and push them instead out of their comfort zones so they have the motivation, right, to have sex with a real woman. Except now, this has all been distorted. NoFap is seen as some nonsense purification exercise based upon quack dude bro science.
Hey, I started to get the urges today, but I didn't fap. I mean, I'd seen porn a few times on Twitter and 4chan, and it wasn't a big deal, but no, I do think exercising might help me in terms of self-improvement and stuff, because I've been trying to exercise and go to the gym, but I've not been going as much lately. So it's day 16 of NoFap, and I've got my cup of tea here. I've not been to the gym this weekend, so that doesn't help. And I've got my cup of tea, but I've also got my crumpets, and this is day 21 of NoFap. I'm finding myself staring at women a lot more. Now, I'm not saying I didn't ever stare at women, but I'm finding myself doing it a lot more. Every chance I get, I'll look, whether it's a nice shaped butt or a glimpse of some ankle between the socks and the trousers. Say I am looking at an attractive woman, I'll perhaps, if she looks back, I'll try and maintain eye contact and perhaps smile.
NoFap and the concept of it was supposed to be simple and easy to follow. You cannot masturbate, but you can have sex. So after a few days of not masturbating, you'll get over your social anxiety and ask a girl out. But these young men all got that very simple concept confused somehow. They embark on this NoFap odyssey, and they still sit around the house doing nothing all day.
Hey, it's day 23. I don't get out too much, so there isn't too much interesting things happening in my life, but I was at the gym yesterday, and I was working out. I was on the cross trainer, because I like to go on the cross trainer or do some cardio in between sets, and I see this girl. I kept looking over, I kept looking at her, and yeah, because that's what I do. She was on like one of those leg machines, and she kind of smiled at me. I say kind of, it was a smile, as far as I could tell, and it caught me off guard. So I'm not sure whether I smiled back or whether it was like a half smile, or I botched it basically. It was very awkward, and I noticed her turn around, not all the way, just like a glance, and look at me, and smiled again, and again I failed to do an appropriate smile. I don't know what it is. Perhaps she was awkwardly smiling because she noticed I was looking at her. But anyway, I thought I'd share this story simply because of how everyone talks about when you do NoFap, you gain an energy about you. I wanted to make a video about my top 5 anime. Hey everyone, it's day 28 of my NoFap journey. So I'm going to take you back to day 21, where I was talking about how I was looking at women all the time on the train and in the city. Well, not much has changed this last week. I know that if I look for a job because I'm unemployed, getting a job would be a good start towards getting a girlfriend, because I'll look like responsible and stuff like that. But I recommend NoFap if you suffer from low confidence and low self-esteem, because just 28 days and I'm feeling the difference. Hey everyone, so I failed NoFap. Unfortunately, the urges just overpowered me. This past week or so, I've not been able to go 2 days without fapping, and it scared me because I felt like I was losing control again, and I felt like I was going to fall back into old habits. The addiction was taking over once again.
Look, the message that I want you to come away with today is probably going to sound a bit crass, but it needs saying. Masturbation is good for you. It's good for your physical and mental health, and removing it will not treat the sexual preferences that you were born with. All it's going to do is eventually launch you even deeper into degeneracy. Don't be swayed by the pseudoscience. Don't neglect your duties of taming the yogurt-slinging cyclops. Instead, get on your legs once in a while and do some physical exercise. It's easy to attribute all of your problems to emptying your balls, but the truth of why you are so passive with no motivation or energy is a lack of movement and poor nutrition. That's the majority of cases, lads. Yeah, Godwinson out.
Yeah. Now that I have that, I don't feel ashamed about myself anymore. Being able to properly create a massive pile of tissues, now that I am regularly achieving satisfaction